describe themselves as philosophical.
I'm sorry, guys. There was technical problems with the audio during
Oh
the
my
intro.
God.
Did they not hear us the whole
No.
time?
Just
Should we start again?
I messed up.
No. Trubisky.
Bad Trubisky.
Can they hear us now?
Yeah, they can hear now. I'm
You
sorry.
made us late. You ruined the
Okay,
intro.
so should we do the finger thing again? Because we might have seen that.
Which one by Landon? And Raisin and John and a very horrible producer.
Don't even have Nightbot working yet.
The question is what makes a philosopher? Is
What makes someone a
Yeah.
philosopher?
John posed that question to Landon.
I mean, I think somebody who studies philosophy could call themselves a philosopher. Somebody who wants to be certified as a philosopher could, for example, attempt to obtain a degree in philosophy.
So it's semantics, like philosophy. Pretty much any ideology is a philosophy. So pretty much anyone that engages in any kind of
No.
ideology whatsoever could technically, well, it's semantics. So you have your basic dictionary definition.
You're a
But
semantics.
You could also say that maybe a philosopher is somebody where they need to have some kind of career surrounding philosophy, like Noam Chomsky or
No.
But I think you can technically it's somebody who is a practitioner of philosophy, who practices philosophy, and you could have somebody who is a qualified philosopher because they have, for example, achieved some accreditation, let's say a degree in philosophy, could use that as well. So I guess generally a philosopher is somebody who is conducts philosophy and inquiries. And of course, you say, well, what's philosophy? It's fundamental questions and knowledge and reason and values and
epistemology.
talking about mind and language and so forth. So someone who is investigating, studying, and practicing those things could call themselves a philosopher. Somebody who has achieved a degree in, let's say, a philosophy could say that they're an accredited philosopher.
Now, couldn't you argue that all academics and all scientists are philosophers? Because
yes.
the scientific method is built around like the epistemological model. So all of science is epistemology, not all epistemology is science.
Yeah, but there's also the sort of the common, maybe there's more of a common or vernacular use of the word philosopher in philosophy. So some people would distinguish scientific endeavors from philosophical endeavors, or pure philosophical endeavors, right?
No.
So because when someone gets an advanced degree, they get, might say, a doctor in philosophy, right? But it's a specialized area. So if someone is studying physics and gets his PhD in physics, then they would be a philosopher because they are studying physics. They would be an accredited philosopher because they have a degree in physics. But oftentimes there's a distinction made by some people between science and philosophy.
Yeah.
Is a priest a
Oh
philosopher?
my God, John. Is a janitor a philosopher, John?
No, but
Well, I know some pretty philosophical janitors. So no, I would think so in that sense, in the broad sense of the word.
now, also, what makes a scientist a scientist? What makes a science a science? So I was discussing like science as a method. So once you get to that like PhD level of academics, like any academic that conducts some kind of study where it goes through that kind of peer-reviewed scientific method of hypothesis, study, and theory, wouldn't it be science? So if you're an academic that studies art and you conduct some kind of study associated with art or like linguistics, wouldn't that be a science?
Yeah, I mean, because there's so-called natural philosophy, which is somebody who is a practitioner of, let's say, on natural science. And a scientist is somebody who conducts, I think, conducts scientific research or scientific investigation, or pretty good to sort of promote and advance knowledge. There was philosophers were engaged in, have been engaged in philosophical study of nature that they called natural philosophy, but that's kind of the precursor to natural science. And in the term, the term later on, you had theologians, philosophers, and natural philosophers and scientists that began to sort of diverge in that area. So,
I'm glad you brought the comedy straight out the box there, John. I really am on that one.
But that's my opinion. Yeah.
You and your comedy, John, is just phenomenal.
It is a 10-minute segment for which YouTube will go, oh, nice channel. Let's promote it. They see nice things. They talk about nice things. They talk about interesting things. They talk about useful things. They don't rub the cat's fur the wrong way and get the cat all.
But I do want to mention this, that you did not mention some of the greatest philosophers of all time. It's comedians. Yes, John. Comedians are some of the greatest philosophers you'll ever find. In my opinion, George Carlin was a philosopher. Richard Pryor, philosopher. Dave Chappelle, a philosopher. I mean, so yeah. But now I am annoyed. I do get annoyed, and Raisin knows this very much, with internet philosophy, YouTube philosophy. A lot of these people make me want to blow my nose. Seriously, they irritate, they chat my butt, because a lot of these people are telling you how to live a life, and they've never lived a more life than you have. They're incels and stuck in their mama basement or whatever.
Gene.
Did we just blow our first 10 minutes?
What?
I don't think nobody cussed, did they?
We just hit
I don't
10 minutes.
I don't know the algorithm.
Oh,
I don't know.
we did hit 10 minutes.
Yeah,
I
we
didn't
just
cuss.
passed
We
10
were
minutes. So I
muted
don't.
for several minutes, or for a few minutes.
Good. Keep it that way.
So they would not have mind that we were silent. Shavisky was protecting us, right?
I was helping.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't even understand. I'm here to help. Okay. That's what
I got text messages saying, "Can't hear you."
We'll tell them to shut up.
Yes.
Okay.
So the answer is when you started talking about incels and sucking, that sort of thing, that occurred 10 minutes afterwards. So thanks to Shabisky's silent treatment at the beginning, we made the 10 minutes.
You're welcome, everybody. You're welcome.
Look at my beard, lady. It jiggles.
Is TJ Kirk a philosopher?
Hell no.
Am I a philosopher?
I think hedonism would be Shabisky's philosophy.
TJ, no, I guess TJ, he studies philosophy. He's into philosophy. Maybe he is. I don't know.
Well, you could argue that a lot of people, maybe they grow up with a bunch of religious parents and they want to come out as atheists, and they look up atheism on YouTube and they come across TJ Kirk. And maybe there's some benefit to his, I guess, YouTube blogging philosophy.
It depends on what. See, this conversation is weird because philosophy is subjective anyway, isn't it?
Well, I'd say epistemology is around separating what is subjective from what is objective, because epistemology is analysis, assessment, and argumentation, and the scientific method
Why
is...
are you pissed at biology for, John?
Well, I'm saying that like the epistemology is recognizing one's own ignorance. Knowledge is a justified true belief. You justify a belief as true through analysis, assessment, and argumentation. So, like, that's where Socrates, he's the wisest
Socratic
man in Athens. because
Socratic knowledge,
yeah, he knows of one thing, and that one thing is that he knows nothing. And
yeah.
the scientific method is just a more well-organized variation of the epistemological model.
Mm.
Well, weren't philosophers into alchemy and stuff too, like magic?
Well,
that was also that was part of the
I'm
natural
a
philosophy,
philosopher.
in that sense. But again, it was basically people that were studying and reasoning about fundamental questions like existence and knowledge and values and the mind and language and
Everything.
those sort of things.
Do we really exist?
And certainly the case of the Greeks, the number of Greeks that sort of were heavily into philosophy, the Greek philosophers, and at that time, natural philosophy was really focused on things like physics, medicine, astronomy, meteorology, those sort of things, but of sort of observational and discussions about things. It wasn't until some of the scientific methods much later came into play that there became a distinction between the scientific method and pure philosophical arguments.
What was
and
it?
reason.
Democritus, the word atom comes from him. Like Democritus hypothesized atoms, that there's constituent particles in matter, and that they all have different properties and so forth, but you break things down and they come down to constituent particles or constituent forms of matter, which he called atoms. And the thing is, that's where he did not have the tools to test it or measure it. So he was able to, I guess, analyze it, ask questions, and but he didn't really have the ability to really assess it.
No, he didn't. I mean, they were more just discussions about concepts. They had no real methods to test or to assess things in that sense. There wasn't really a scientific method. People like Pythagoras, had they might have conducted sort of demonstrations, but there wasn't really at that time a well formulated what we call a scientific method for things. So some of the stuff like it wasn't until people like Dalton where you had some very serious attempts to try and investigate, demonstrate, or show, as opposed to conceptual. And that's why you get in the same time you get philosophers that were talking about the four elements of nature and how rocks bounce on the ground because they're happy to reach their goal and stuff like that. I mean, it sort of those philosophical musing and reasonings didn't have the notion of a systematic investigation. So the notion of coming with a hypothesis and trying to test and know hypothesis, that process, that scientific process, was back there in the so-called classical philosophers.
Wow,
Jane, I don't know why we can't hear you, Jane, but I just want to say that was all a really big funny joke you just did. Thank you, Jane. Still can't hear you, but this is funny too. I like this. This is better than everything you've done so far.
It's very philosophical.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, anyway,
Fixed it.
It was Roger Bacon. He was the one that
came up
with he came up with the scientific method, and I believe that was in the year 1100. That I guess that was the point where people really started to hold alchemy to quite a bit of scrutiny. But I believe what was it? It was Anton Lavoisier. He was the scientist he was a tax collector in the French Revolution. They came up with chemistry. So chemistry wasn't really an established field of science until like the 19th century.
Yeah.
But ever since the like 11th century, once you had kind of the established modern form of academics, people, I'd say like within universities across Europe, they really start to look at alchemy, and it's like, there's a lot of problems here.
Yeah,
Wow.
and you know, it certainly the classical philosophers had some investigation, you know, processes that, you know, for example, physicians that studied, you know, that looked at issues of medicine, but it wasn't really until you got some of the inklings of that during the Middle Ages, where you had people who were beginning to look at, explore, and have more structured reasoning of testing. It wasn't until the Renaissance where you had some really specific distinctions between people who were merely sort of reasoning about stuff and actually conducting experiments. So somebody like a Galileo was actually investigating. Investigating certain, you know, things and building instruments and so forth at the time in the Renaissance. That sort of separated them from sort of the people who were merely just, you know, reasoning stuff. Now, certainly in the Middle Ages, you had some of these sort of polymaths who did a lot of amazing stuff. I'm not saying that it was, you know, it was useless. And you saw in the classical era, right, of classical philosophy, you had people like Euclid, you know, mathematically conducting some fairly rigorous things. So I'm not saying that they didn't have rigor, but it wasn't, the scientific method wasn't really well formed until I think much later.
Now, John, here's something. Why you shut up? I got a philosophical question for you, John.
Yes.
Did you know that many people living with genital herpes, not just episodic physical discomfort, but also reoccurring emotional distress?
No.
Really?
I'm aware of that.
Well, now you know, motherfucker.
Thank you.
Gene's like, okay, shut up. Back to my boring questions. Okay, so is philosophy a
not-
science? Or is it
You can see, John, I want to move away from the philosophical shit right now, right? You can see that.
Oh.
Gene's like, what? I wanted to do this for
Here,
a half an hour. I want you guys to just sit there for a
maybe
half an
I
hour.
should have Landon on my stream, and we can just discuss this.
Yeah,
What
because
for
it seems
the
like you
entire
forgot.
time.
It seems like
Yeah,
you forgot.
we're here.
Fucking host.
And we're over here too, Gene. Guys, shut up. I'm
I
trying to ask
apologize.
philosofically
I
questions.
apologize.
John,
Aiden
the
and
thing
Ben.
is that you were answering questions that were being asked. It's not your fault. It's all that goofy bastard right up there's fault.
How many people in the chat enjoy this conversation?
Not many.
I'm wondering what the audience thinks.
The audience thinks that the answer to your question was someone who thinks too deeply about vague concepts.
Well, the thing is, a lot of people
Yeah,
don't
Mikey had
recognize
me.
that with language is we deal with this all the time, semantics.
Yeah, we
You
should
have
have-
your basic general dictionary definitions, and a lot of words are very vague in meaning, and people ignore just how ambiguous a lot of words are.
Yeah. Now,
Why,
I don't
why
think
are you
that-
saying Raven's got a big ass for? Why did you just say that?
Don't talk about her big ass.
Wow.
I'm working on it. I'm keeping it juicy. I'm eating the lunch in the middle of the
You
night.
said ubiquitous, you big ass. What are you doing, buddy? Come on, man.
I don't think that modern, and by the way, someone says acid modern scientific methods make philosophy obsolete. I don't think so. I think that philosophy, there's a spot for philosophy, but I think scientific inquiry by merely conceptualizing stuff is less advantageous than it might have been, 2,000 years ago.
Well, Mickey Richards, I'd say science hasn't made philosophy obsolete. Science is a type of philosophy. All of science is philosophy, not all philosophy is science.
Red
I-
eye.
I certainly think that philosophy has somewhat lost some of its. I think philosophy could be could be better, but I'm not a philosopher, so perhaps I shouldn't.
I know, like, in academics, like at university, like the two topics, like we were talking about what science, and usually like in the science department, that's where they place like physics, chemistry, biology, and astronomy. Philosophy is usually it's epistemology and
John Morgan.
metacognition. So,
Gene, what is that treadmill?
So
is that treadmill just behind you for looks?
I definitely think that people should learn more about epistemology and metacognition. Those are two very useful things to learn.
I think you need to look at the poll, what's going on in the chat room.
I think
You can literally make a poll, Pimp. Click the chat and make a poll. At the bottom where the emotes are, there's a little poll button.
That means I have to do something.
Yes, do it. Please.
Touch my butt, Pimp.
Touch your butt.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know where you're at on this thing.
Yeah, well, on the stream, I'm too far away. Only Landon can touch my butt. Come on, Landon. Come on.
So you don't like this discussion, Landon?
no, it's just fine. I want to be sure.
Discussion.
I want to be sure that we are, following the lead of the people who actually run the show.
Yeah.
As soon as the stream starts, Gene's like, "Okay, all right, everyone, shut up."
You
All right,
didn't even give me a chance to lead the fucking show in direction. You just jumped right into it.
okay, here begins my question stream. Okay.
It's a good discussion. It's a good discussion, but not 37 minutes on a goddamn comedy show.
Well, we all sit here. What, Gene?
We're
I
pimp
think
fast
it's
pedestrian.
comedic. Like, I think the way it kind of irritates Pimp and Shab. It's like the Schadenfreude.
See, I meant to do this. This is my comedian stuff. I'm a comedian guy. That was funny, guys.
The philosophy of like the Schadenfreude template of comedy, because that's a philosophy of comedy.
John, I will
Are
beat
you referring to
death.
Schadenfreude?
Yeah, you can't even say it right. Yeah, you said it correctly, you stupid son of a bitch.
What?
I just want to be sure I understood you.
Frogan is what you saw. It's the Frogan, Mogan, spoken.
Well, that's the style of comedy. Somebody trips on a banana peel and they fall in their butt, and it's
Slapstick.
it's irony.
It's also called slapstick.
Well, slapstick is a form of like Schadenfreude. So not all Schadenfreude is slapstick, but all slapstick is
I would
Schadenfreude.
slap you with a stick. I know that much.
It's funny you study comedy so much, but you're so bad at it. That's
Oh.
that's a weird combination.
I like how Timma said lots of twos. So
Timmy. I'm just kidding with you, Gene. You're so hilarious.
No, John, you're not at all. You're not funny. You're not one bit.
Super hilarious.
Gene, are you gonna let him talk to you like that, bro? You gonna let him push you around like that?
I need to make a compilation of Shadisky and PIMPMUNK laughing at my various jokes.
Laughing
and
at.
upload it.
Laughing
Do it.
at.
Do it. Yeah, I do it. Are you sure we're laughing at your joke or you?
We're laughing at your attempt to be funny.
No, I want to
Well-
see it. I don't care what he comes up with. Just do it.
I think that's what people say when they don't want to acknowledge that somebody is getting genuine laughs, is they're laughing at you. They're not laughing with you.
True.
And that's like an appeal to possibility. It's affirming the consequence.
Well, as a true comedian, you don't give a fuck why they're laughing, just as long as they're laughing.
Affirming the consequent is a logical fallacy where X could be the reason for Y, therefore it is. But what if there are other reasons for Y? There could be multiple explanations for something.
John, you're a human shit stain. You know that, right?
Oh, it's not nice.
But it's true.
And you gonna sit up there and tell me about being funny?
Can't believe you,
I'm not
Gene.
saying you're not funny. I do think you're funny.
I'm the funniest motherfucker that ever breathed in air.
Oh, damn.
I
Well,
said,
anyway.
breathed it.
That's a
Hey,
strong man.
anyway.
Pimp. I did not say that I didn't think you were funny.
Real quick. Real quick, I want to. There is, look, let's help PIMPMUNK make the go every night this month because it is the 28 Days of PIMPMUNK's birthday, and I also need money to pay bills and shit. And also, there is a wish list down below if you want to buy me a gift from 28 Days of PIMPMUNK. There's a couple of gifts on there for my mom as well. So if you'd like to do that, I appreciate it. We're not pushing it quite as much as I normally did in the past because of the pandemic and all that shit, but I do mention it, and also the goals, so I am pushing that. Please help a pimp out.
See.
Yeah.
See.
And I like the gifts now. I need the gifts. I got a new, look at my desk here. Look at my chair. I got a new chair over there. But this one's all ragged out. It looks horrible. I don't want no $58,000 desk like Shabisky though. I ain't that greedy.
I like
It's
my
funny.
desk.
Trubisky has a blurred background, so you can't even see his great desk.
He ain't even using the damn desk.
Not yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I haven't gotten the new computer for it yet and stuff. I'm not
Your old
using it yet.
computer won't fit on the desk.
I don't want to take my
I mean-
old setup and put it on my new thing. I'm putting together a new setup.
Oh. So is your cat using your desk?
Yeah. He's just pissing all over.
Oh.
How many cats you got, Shabisky?
One. I had
You
two.
used to have two. Yeah. I thought you had two.
Yeah, I basically Jack was my parents' cat, and he wasn't getting along with their cats, so they asked me to try to take him. And then the cat that I did have, I was having a lot of trouble with, and then wasn't nice to her. He would pick on her, so I asked them if they could take her and see if she does well over there. So we kind of traded cats, I guess.
Oh. So Kitty is a different Kitty now?
Well, no. Jack. This was we traded cats. We did this thing a year ago or whatever. It's Jack.
Wow.
Jack used to live with my parents. They have a bunch of cats, and everybody gets
Jack's
along.
autistic.
Everybody gets along.
This is the cat that likes to be held upside down and
Yeah,
dangled. And
Jack-
so forth.
Jack seems to like humans way more than he likes other cats. He hates other cats. He loves he'll welcome you to come pet him, no problem.
Aw.
He doesn't want the other cats to take some of the affection
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, he's like, that's my affection.
Yeah, it is.
I'm gonna take a dab in the name of Landon.
Somebody said the link wouldn't work to the wish list, so I posted in the chat room, guys. That link should work. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
In the name of Landon.
In the name of London Cardinal.
Yeah, happy late
Hello.
birthday, Landon. I'm sorry, I'm bad. I'm
You're a
bad.
bad friend.
I'm a bad buddy.
That works.
You're a bad
That's
friend.
fine. Thank you kindly.
We should
Well,
have
how are you
Such a bad
doing?
friend.
had a date. you
How
know,
are you
some
doing?
point.
How are your folks doing? Let's get some.
My folks?
Yeah,
they're dead.
goddamn, keep
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
awkward.
They're doing all right. I don't know. I don't have a whole bunch of family and stuff that I stay in contact with, but my parents are doing all right. I really don't see them often because of the pandemic thing. I see them very rarely, but you know.
Pandemic? There's a pandemic going on.
Yeah, it just started a couple days ago, I think. Just began.
Demonetized. You said the P word.
Pussy? Pagina? Did I say pagina? I'm sorry.
Vagina.
Pagina.
There's nothing finer than raisins vagina.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
And what's Raisin? What's up in your neck of the woods?
That sounds British penis.
I don't know, just kind of hanging out.
In
I've
her
been doing
woods,
too much. Kind
in
of
her
stale
woods-
since the whole Corona thing.
there's a sloth crawling around.
Ain't no woods around that bitch.
He's sleeping on the couch. The woods we have are like some small rectangle that gets caught in between the neighborhood. That my neighborhood is like filled with a bunch of retired people, so they're kind of awesome because they refuse to let them make streets that go through. We have a bunch of dead ends that dead end into a little square of woods, but we like our woods. We've made it a park space by putting a wood chip trail through it.
Yeah.
That's neat.
And
Wow.
we had some exciting stuff go on in the town because we've had a mayor all my life, and somebody finally challenged him, unfortunately, within the Democratic Party, so they split the vote, and we had a Republican sneak in and grab it.
Win. I won.
No.
The guy who got beat in the primary, who has been here all my life, decided he was going to run as independent when he lost the primary.
Well, shit.
Got and kind of screwed them that way. So that sucked. That was a shitty day yesterday. The other day.
Yeah,
Aw.
We don't need more of that here.
Right.
we don't need that.
No,
No.
no.
What we need.
Wedding.
What we need is love. All we need is love.
Do 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 do.
Love is all we need.
Like the last like 7 mayors we've had in Baltimore have been terrible.
You've had that many. Your town is that like I mean what? Oh, I guess you do. All right, fair enough. You live in a. I live in a little itty bitty town of like 2,000 people. That's a bit different.
Well, he lives in Baltimore, which is like one of the most corrupt government
Yeah.
cities there is. I mean, it's
Sheila
a
Dixon had somebody like take money from like a charity and money from the government and like invest in a bunch of gift cards and was like exchanging the gift cards with her. And she's run again like multiple times. It's like, why are you running after like? And she ended up like stepping down, so she got all these like benefits or whatever, because she stepped down before they actually, I guess, like impeached her. I don't know if that's the right term for getting rid of the mayor.
Do
But
y'all
then,
even have Republicans run in Baltimore because it's such a Democratic city? Do y'all even have Republicans?
no, it's been quite a while since a Republican mayor has actually.
And I don't know why I know so much about Baltimore politics. I really don't. I watched this documentary and it got me interested because Baltimore and Chicago have like some of the most corrupt fucking governments.
Well, it's one of the oldest cities in the country.
So it's interesting. It's an interesting history. If you look, and by the way, you do know this. You know, when you talk about like stuff being smart stuff, my thing is history. I like history, right? I mean, that's all I've always liked. And it's an interesting. You need to like read up on it and get some documentary stuff on it. Baltimore's got a very interesting history with their local government. And yeah.
But the last mayor, like Q, she ended up she had to step down because she was embezzling money. But the current mayor, Brandon Scott, he's only a few years older than me. He's pretty young. And then like when I looked up his education, he has like a bachelor's. The school he went to is a pretty bad school. Like I have a higher level of education than he does. And
well, does that matter?
well, yeah, I think you want a mayor to be well educated. I think you can be well educated outside of like school, outside of university, but I'd say it's highly unlikely. I'd say usually when you look up a person's profile and you look at their level of academic attainment, if it's poor, I highly doubt that they're actually well educated outside of school. I think there's exceptions to the rule, but I am going to claim that it's more likely that people who don't attain higher education probably don't try to educate themselves on their own.
Where the fuck are you getting that from?
Well, I mean, the data like over 50% of Americans read at or below like an 8th grade level.
Please tell me that's not true.
That is true. And a third of Americans read at or below a 5th grade level, and 1/6 of Americans are illiterate.
Illiterate or illiterate?
Illiterate.
What?
That's right.
And
Go ahead.
I mean, like the data shows that like 93% of graduating high school seniors fail to show any complexity when writing an essay. And I mean, you look at like religion and like what percentage of Americans are denying things like climate change and denying things like evolution. Like a third, based on the Pew Research Center, a third of Americans believe they've lived in houses that have been haunted. And you look at statistics like how many people buy into like conspiracy theories, and like it's something like 92% of Americans believe they're above average drivers.
That's nothing to do with intelligence.
What?
Easy on the conspiracy theories, or I'll call Tommy.
Well, it depends on the conspiracy theory, but I think a lot of times when people buy into conspiracy theories, it's just like apophenia, seeing patterns where there really isn't patterns, or finding significance through meaningless patterns or coincidence.
Well, my mayor shares stuff like on Facebook, like, share this picture of Jesus or you're going to hell. That's what my mayor does.
Really?
Yeah. His name is Tim Kent. He's a dick.
Sounds
That'd be kind of funny for me to post a picture like that. See how many likes an atheist can get on a on a religious post like that. It'd be funny.
Yeah. They don't like me anyway, so fuck it. I'll say my mayor's a dick.
Whoa, that's going too far. Okay.
Well, I mean, he's all religious. He's about the Jesus and the Trump. But he did share a picture of Martin Luther King that day. It said, "There's not."
Signaling.
Yeah, I was gonna make a racist joke, but he wasn't racist. He was actually being good. So he's not a bad person. He's just not my cup of tea. Let's just say that. I wouldn't vote for his fucking ass.
I mean, like discussing how like people don't really educate themselves. I think religion's a good example of that. How people just are told at a young age that like, hey, like there's creationism and everything.
Yeah.
And it's like they don't question it. So that's metacognition, recognizing one's own ignorance, epistemology, knowledge is justified true belief. And people don't read the Bible. They don't look into this ideology that they're just spoon-fed as a kid. And it's like, why are you going to cling to an ideology that you haven't really researched, that you yourself know nothing about? And I think that's just a sign of really poor critical thinking.
Well, yeah, but it's also culture. I mean, like in the South, religion is culture. I mean, religion is part of life. It just is. And you're not raised to question things. See, luckily I had a parent that raised me to, taught me to question things.
She taught you right.
Yeah, she taught me to question things. A lot of people don't have that in the South. They really don't. And like I've said a million times, I was one of the lucky ones because I was raised by a hippie chick. But she taught me to, never settle for an answer. Make sure the answer is correct. And but that's not a common deal here in the South. The common deal is you believe in God, you follow God. Doesn't matter if you read the Bible or not. And you're right about that. Most people don't read the Bible, even religious people.
Yeah, and they they'll sit there and like this is where the Dunning-Kruger effect, like Socratic knowledge, recognizing one's own ignorance. You talk to them, and they'll sit there and smile and be like, "It's figurative," and you ask them, "What do you mean when you say it's figurative?" Like they don't even know what they're saying. They're just regurgitating what other people say. Mm-hmm. And then you ask them questions like they think the Bible was written around the time Jesus supposedly existed, and it was written like 300 years after. Jesus, or it was compiled like 300 years after Jesus supposedly existed. And then you look at the fact that like Jesus lived in like Bethlehem and everything, and you look at like what historians say the population mostly was, and it was only like a few hundred people living in the location where Jesus apparently like resided, and it's like the only primary sources, I guess, is like the first of the four gospels, and it's like at best only like one of the gospels actually existed around the same time Jesus existed. So you got one person making claims that this magical person existed in a town where there's only a few hundred people and there isn't any other documentation. So
But the question: have you ever rubbed your testicles on toast, John?
yeah, all the time.
Really? All the time
That's
you
like-
did it now?
That's how I
John's a
butter.
bread fucker. He's a
How-
bread
Taste
fucker.
after a while, wouldn't it? Toast. I mean, when you want to switch to bread after like a
Isn't-
couple minutes.
Isn't that how everybody
I
butters
mean,
their
he
toast?
said you do it all the time, and it was. Do you doing it now?
No.
Well, you don't do it all the time.
I
man.
think you're taking what I'm saying a bit too literal.
John,
Oh,
John, look at my
Define
beard. It
all the
wiggles.
time.
It wiggles.
Look at it wiggles, John. Look at it. Wouldn't you like to have this on your balls, John? Look at my brushy beard.
Jiggle, jiggle. That is
hot.
so cool that it does that. Have you seen that, Landon? Look at it.
Yes,
Jello
I
beard.
think it's very cute.
It's like whipped cream or meringue.
Yes,
I like
look at my.
meringue beard.
I'm thinking about dyeing it brown or orange.
Well, if it seems weird, you can always just shave it off and grow it back in. And grow back in. That grew pretty
Go
quick,
orange
actually.
with it.
John, John, what are you doing? Are you TikToking right now, John?
Yeah. Stop TikToking,
Somebody
Jane.
text me.
Fucking Jane
No,
always
it-
TikToking.
So
Go ahead,
anyway,
Randall.
how goes the improv there, sir?
Well, things have been rocky lately, but it's getting there. It's getting there. We're gonna get back. Well, I'm planning on doing some regular videos soon. However,
That'd be nice.
yeah,
You had good videos.
Oh,
yeah. I'm planning on doing. I gotta get a good camera though, but I'm working on that. But and everybody's been hit like really hard on YouTube. A lot of content creators have been like struggling. Trubisky has, DP has, Tap, everybody. I mean, everybody's getting hit hard. Now the smaller YouTubers get hit. They feel it harder than the bigger YouTubers do, but everybody's been hit. And I thought it was just me for a minute there. Then I realized that a lot of people, because I'm talking to a lot of other YouTubers, getting information, and it isn't just me. So, yeah, but me and Trubisky been working on some ideas for the show. The new theme's going to be like a bar theme. You know, we're going to have the new shirts are going to be like me and Trubisky sitting in the bar with a neon sign in the back says the wood. So we're working on a lot of shit. Me and Bisky's putting we're stupid.
I think somebody needs to like create some kind of video hosting platform. That it's like as long as you abide by copyright policy and you don't do anything illegal,
Yeah.
you can like it's just you get a free pass for everything except.
Now the problem with that, John, there is a problem with that. And the problem is people always stick with the devil they know, right? People don't follow because that is people have tried. Other sites have tried that, and the problem is some YouTubers will move over there, but the people won't follow us because they're used to YouTube. Is what we gotta get is like a major fucking money. People like somebody like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos or something like that to really push it. And that's what has to happen. Because we all know, we talked about this the other day, anytime there's someone has a monopoly over something, it starts fucking up at the end. It does. YouTube's been fucking up majorly.
they have.
I mean, majorly. If you have like if some of your videos get demonetized, they stop sharing your channel. Like if you have a bunch of those little yellow symbols, content creators know what I'm talking about. Shabisky knows what I'm talking about. The little yellow symbols, when your video gets demonetized, they stop sharing your channel. It's if you say shit in the first 10 minutes, the algorithm doesn't pick you up. It's just they do not share your content. No one gets alerted anymore. My shit doesn't even show up in people's subscriptions half the time.
Yeah.
So it's like you're paddling against these big ass waves is what a content creator is doing, and it's really difficult to get any motion in the ocean because the goddamn waves are constantly crashing. So yeah, it's difficult, but that's why you use every avenue you can. That's why I've had people. Why are you on TikTok? Well, it's because I'm getting noticed on TikTok right now. TikTok's sharing my shit, and it's an avenue. So yeah, that's one reason. And so use what you can, and also come up with some, just have fun with it. Still have fun. Don't lose. I lost my, for a minute there, I lost my shit on it. I didn't give a fuck because I was getting frustrated. But I'm back, and I'm gonna suck your nipples, John. I'm gonna suck them hard, John. I'm gonna make my beard go like that right there when I'm sucking them too.
No, but I made a list of a bunch of video streaming sites, and I'm thinking one of the things I'm going to do is just try to upload things to every site I can. The sites that have upload limits, I'm just going to edit clips and upload them there. I'm going to try to start using timestamps, and then I'm going to create a Facebook account and try to upload it to every platform that you possibly can, and I'm going to use scripts to make it easier so it automatically uploads it.
That helps. And also, there is issues with society right now. Like, everybody's pussies right now. Like, extremely pussies. Like, you can't make a joke about anything or anyone anymore. You're an ist. You have some kind of isms, racisms, homophobiaisms, or whatever.
I mean, it's like we're discussing like critical thinking. It's like semantics. People there's no litmus test for what is offensive and what isn't offensive. I mean, there are things that are obviously racist or sexist, but then there's going to be a gray area, and a lot of people don't really recognize that. And I mean, that's separating.
The gray area is gone these days.
Yeah. But it's separating subjective schema from objective truth. There are people out there where they don't understand that, like, saying something's annoying is not like saying that a person's annoying is not like saying that a person's left-handed. Saying that a person is arrogant is not like saying that a person has an AB negative blood type.
Yeah.
So they take vague words that are pretty arbitrary and relative, and they treat those terms as if they're just very explicit and unequivocal. And I think that that's an issue. And like the psychology shows that a lot of people, they're clinically egocentric, and egocentrism's on the rise, where they have a difficult time understanding or separating subjective schema from objective truth. And that is due to poor metacognition, which is one of those branches of philosophy.
But John, also the thing that in some cases it's not about, they don't really care whether they're right or wrong. They're trying to fit in with a particular cult of that some sort of some in group, right? And if you go and you say, yeah, but you're wrong, they're going to say, well, I don't care, I'm wrong. I want to be part of this group. I want to be seen as one of the one. And in fact, if the cult is about who can be the most something, it doesn't matter. whether that thing is good or bad, or right or wrong. It's in the group. It matters as to who seem to be more credible, who seem to be more the more extreme gets more noticed. And so when I hear you talk about, say, well, there's all this cognition, right or wrong doesn't fit into it. It's more about prestige. It's more about feeling self-worth. And if you were to annoy them to the point of saying, let me prove you're wrong, da da da, all they have to do is dismiss you and say, yeah, but you're not one of the true believers. You're not one part of our cult. You're not one of the thing, right? You're one of them. You're not one of us.
It's
And so I'm going to, they try to be more us by outdoing the previous top person to try to get validation within the group. And so your proofs don't matter. In fact, they just annoy. They just prove that you're one of them, not one of us.
Yeah, it's confirmation bias. I don't like this information. I don't like X. I don't want it to be true. Therefore, it's not true. It's basically discounting information you don't like, and then it's begging the question. So it's just X is true because I say it is. Y because nothing after because, just because I said so fallacy. And I mean, I call a lot of people out on that, like begging the question, making assertions. They refuse to actually provide any substance to validate their claims. And then when they don't provide any sort of follow-up, they just kind of shake their head, and I'm obnoxious for using the term begging the question.
I understand what you're saying, but they don't really care.
Yeah.
Right? So you talk about cult of personality, and someone's a minor cult personality, and you say the person they idolize, and you tell that person is wrong or done something stupid or done something bad. They don't care you've done it. All they know is you just proven you're one of them, not one of the us. And so it doesn't matter what you say.
Yeah. It's mental gymnastics. It's self-justification. I'm right because I think I'm right.
Oh, no, it's not. No, they're not. They don't care whether they're right or wrong. They care whether or not they're in the crowd.
It's a with us or against us kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. They don't care whether you're right. They're right or wrong. So because I'm trying not to name a particular cult because that brings out the crazies, but if you have a cult or a cult of personality, which is centered around idolizing one person, trying to be that person, they don't care that you've shown them fallacies. They don't even care that they're wrong, right? So if you have somebody, let's say, who is in some religious cult or political cult, you're proving something doesn't mean a damn thing to them. Other than you're not with them, so you must be against them. So therefore, whatever you say is discounted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But
so it's worse than you're saying they're wrong. It's they don't care that they're wrong.
Yeah, I do notice like there's that issue, that problem with like the cultish personality and the kind of groupthink. But I also just notice in general, a lot of people just whether they're part of some major group or they're more reclusive or whatever it is that you disagree with them on. I think there's a lot of people where it's just I'm right because I think I'm right. It could be something divisive, like religion or politics, or it could be something trivial, like your thoughts on a movie or what year something came out. And I notice a lot of people, their style of argumentation is to just sit there and smile and laugh and roll their eyes. And it's like, wow, I'm obviously right. And then you ask them the Socratic method of discourse. You ask them questions. Why do you think that? What are your sources? And then they get angry and you're arrogant and you're a douchebag. Because how dare you use logic to argue?
You are a douchebag.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, it's not arrogant to laugh and roll your eyes at people and to talk down to somebody. And then if you don't get to be right, you turn
suck,
around and you start insulting them and throwing personal attacks their way.
You sack of shit.
But I mean, using formal discourse, that makes you an arrogant piece of shit. That's more of a crime than and more egregious than laughing on your eyes and
I don't think you're arrogant, Joe.
yeah.
But a piece of shit, I agree with, yeah.
You are the definition
again,
of
yeah.
arrogance, Jane.
So in some ways, it's part of the thing. I've tried to cure myself of trying to help someone see, when they made a mistake, because in some cases, that just annoys the person. In other cases, it just proves I'm not part of the group, right?
Yeah.
So if there's a political figure that they idolize to an extreme, and you try to show that political figure doing something wrong, then they claim you're bad because you're not one of them. You're not one of the group, and therefore whatever you said can be discounted. And it doesn't matter that this person they idolize, let's say politically or religiously, has done something wrong. The fact that you pointed it out is, they say, it makes you bad, and they're okay.
Real quick, thank you, John Vay. John Vay gave $25 on PayPal. Thank you so much, buddy.
Thank you. Thank
What a
you.
cutie pie.
Yeah.
And by the way, I'm not suggesting this should be the case. I'm just saying that's what it is, right?
Yeah, I do agree, like, when it comes to, like, politics and religion, but, like, what I was mostly referring to is, like, I have a lot of, like, toxic relatives where, with a lot of personal issues, they do, like, that kind of gaslighting of just, I say X is true, therefore it's true, and then they don't care about any sort of logic.
Yep. Yep.
Well, yeah, but we were more or less talking about, like, how...
Yeah.
Like, how they attacked Dave Chappelle in a way, right? Stuff like that.
Yeah, if the cult is how quote woke you are, then and you try to show that some woke thing is really bad, you've just proven to them in their mind that you're not woke and therefore you're bad and therefore what you say can be discounted.
Landed.
They don't care.
Look what they did to Daphne Dorman, Dave Chappelle's trans friend. She was transgender. And she came out in support of Dave Chappelle. They dragged her so much on the internet she committed suicide.
Yeah.
Landed.
So, I mean, just because she disagreed with him, well, you're not for us. That's not what she said. She just said he wasn't transphobic. But yeah, they dragged her to a point to where she couldn't handle it no more. It's definitely that with us or against us mentality, which is a stupid mentality. Because I may not agree with you on certain things, doesn't mean I'm against you. Because we may agree on other things.
I think the greater point of hell too is not just that, but you can be offended by jokes. That doesn't give you the right to take someone's life or their livelihood. Like when he talks about Clifford, the big black giant, being able to take the bullets and only have a broken heart, he talks about 3 different big black giants that have their careers broken and talks about how their livelihoods are destroyed because someone was offended.
Yeah.
But then he also mentions Daphne, who was not a big black giant. What happened to her?
Mm-hmm.
Because somebody is offended and doesn't like your opinion, it is not worth destroying another human being's life.
Sure.
And I really think that people are missing the point.
Yeah.
Because if you look at that, I broke it down and I looked at it, and that very succinctly throughout the whole thing is his point.
Uh-huh.
Your offense does not get to take someone's livelihood. You can you can shout from the rooftops you don't like their opinion, but the whole shutting people down, like, and taking their livelihoods or their lives because you don't like their opinion, that's just a shit way to be. We shouldn't do that to each other.
No, we shouldn't be doing that. And also, this whole mentality of you have to accept me. Well, if you force someone to accept you, they're really not accepting you anyway.
No.
So, so this fucking you've got it. Nobody has to accept yourself. If you accept yourself, then you don't need acceptance from anybody else.
Well, we could be polite and have respect, but if you don't like someone's flavor of comedy, don't fucking watch it.
Yeah.
It's also like those people
that watch.
They want people to accept them. I find that a lot of times they're not accepting of a lot of people that fall into other like groups and so forth. So it's like, okay, I'm told that racism is wrong. Yeah. Therefore it's wrong. They don't know why it's wrong. They just know that it is wrong. But it's like, what about other forms of bigotry?
If
It's
you
like,
bring up ableism again, I'm gonna punch you in the
no,
fucking
it's
throat.
not just ableism. It's just it's anything. It's just you don't like somebody because of just superficial reasons. They're not doing anything that you can make the argument is unethical. But
You
if you
knew
don't like
where
somebody,
he was going with that. If you wouldn't have
Well,
said it, he
no.
would have said the word ableism, but then he didn't
Yes,
say it because of
no,
you.
I'm saying that like it's if you don't like somebody, fine. You don't have to be friends with them. But if they're not doing anything that you can point to and you can say that, okay, this is unethical, this is something that I can make an argument why this is bad. So if they're innocent and not doing anything wrong, you have no reason to treat them poorly. And there are a lot of people that have that kind of mindset that I'm allowed to treat people poorly that I don't like, even if I don't like them for really superficial and trivial reasons.
So your
Maybe-
issue is your
Go
issue
ahead.
then the one that we've been digging at for weeks here, that people hide behind a protected status and then hurt other people but keep
They
themselves
do.
protected while they do it? Is
Yeah.
that the point
No,
you're
I'm
making there?
saying
Well,
I'm
that's what.
saying that they don't really know why something like some form of bigotry is wrong, or the cognitive dissonance where it's like a lot of people would openly be homophobic, and it's not until the LGBT movement came along where it's like a large amount of people are saying, hey, this is unethical, this is unacceptable. So those kind of people now, if somebody says something homophobic, it's like, hey, that like that's homophobic, I'm offended. But if like 10 years ago somebody did, they wouldn't care. And they're the kind of people where they can't use logic to come to that conclusion on their own, that some other form of bigotry, like if racism is wrong because of X, wouldn't homophobia be wrong because of X? It's like they're not able to like
Hate is
see.
hate.
Yeah,
Hate
they're
and
not.
bigotry is hate and bigotry. It's harmful no matter what flavor or person you're hating.
But I'm saying I find that like we teach people what to think and not how to think, and I think that's
I
one of the
agree with
issues.
that.
Yes,
when it
very, very good point.
yeah, like this form of bigotry is wrong because you're told that it's wrong, but other forms of bigotry you're going to engage in, and like in the end, because you're not told that this brand of bigotry is wrong, people are going to openly engage in it. So like what about like treating somebody poorly because they're ugly? I mean, if you treat somebody like
We're
horseshit,
gonna treat you nice no matter
John,
what you
this
look
is-
like, Gene.
John,
Okay.
this isn't your therapy session, John.
I'm not talking about me. I don't think I fall into that category.
It's not.
I'm
It's no
talking
You
big
about,
deal that
do.
you're ugly, Gene. It's not a big deal. It's fine. We're fine with that.
Yeah,
We accept
said
you as
you're
you
ugly.
are,
It's the
Gene.
argument that people don't know that bigotry is wrong unless they're told specifically why said bigotry is wrong.
no, it's just because racism is something that is looked down on, somebody says something racist and it's like, that's not cool. But
Okay.
then what if somebody has like an overbite, or they
Oh, God,
have
Joe,
like a
right.
very large
You're
forehead?
reaching now,
Who
Joe.
is
You're
telling you
reaching.
it's okay to pick on people with overbites or that they think that you think is unattractive? Like I don't.
Yeah, but
I don't
nobody's
see that
ever
being promoted.
made butt piece people not vote.
Okay, I'm not talking about systemic like issues, or not systemic. I'm not talking about institutionalized issues. I'm not saying that it's just as bad when it comes to rights.
It's not a competition.
I'm not saying.
Jane?
I'm talking about.
I'm trying to understand the question, I guess.
I'm talking about just being blatantly rude and disrespectful towards other people
That's-
because
that's-
they're different.
Yeah, you don't
That's
do that.
the world. That's the world, though, John.
Yeah, but I'm saying that if a person is blatantly rude and disrespectful towards somebody because of race or gender, people are going to be like, okay, that person's done. They're canceled. But what if you mock somebody because they have a very large forehead? It's like...
Bowden shouldn't be walking in public places.
I don't think anybody should be canceled because of their opinion. But
Well, I'm saying
Oh
they're
my God.
those kind
I
of
don't know
people
why you
are
have to bring
very
Bolin into this
inconsistent.
either.
It's like
Bolin. Oh my God.
somebody engages in some kind of rude, malicious behavior towards somebody because of like race or gender, then they're a terrible human being, but then those same people that
That's
are going to go
different,
after them.
John. That's different, though. It's just different, though. What you're saying is you're talking about you're kind of comparing rudeness to racism.
He's
Well, I'm
he's
talking
talking about
bigotry.
different versions of bigotry. Like
Yeah.
what he says is it makes sense. Your skin color matters as much as your foot size, as far as I'm concerned, and people making fun of you for stupid things like that. It is in some way on the same level as racism. It's not a competition. It's discriminating against people based on something that they have no control over. They're born, with blonde hair
No,
or
not to
whatever.
we all should know that you shouldn't be an asshole, right? And rude.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Gene.
know, but
Gene.
I'm saying,
Well, let me
like,
finish, John. You want this ain't you want to make this the John Morgan show all of a sudden.
It's the Gene Morgan show. How much of the show has been Gene talking, Pam?
Goddamn. John, I'm about to rip your fucking kidney out.
Pedestrian pimp
She's
cast.
drinking more than I am.
I done forgot, John, what I was going to say, because you frustrated me. You have frustrated my emotions, and I am in a weakened state.
Mute Gene. That guy has a good idea in the chat. That guy's smart.
Well, his name is Stinky Durble.
That's a smart name, if I've ever read one.
Yeah, that's right up there with Einstein. Real quick, second hour, Patreon. We are doing a movie night this weekend. Ben wanted to tap on Saturday. That just can't happen. That was me. We got movie night. So if you are a Patreon, $5 above, you can watch a movie with us. If you come one now, you can watch that movie with us. Also, I do have a stream go. Trying to make the stream go every time this month because it is my birthday month. So please help me.
Yeah, he's got a nice birthday, so
yeah. And if you want to buy a gift, there's also an Amazon wish list for my birthday in the description below.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and this is my muff stuffing. So what do you think about that, John? You ever stuffed a muff?
Oh, Gene, you ever stuffed a muff? You ever been real deep in that muff?
I thought you said you have. I thought you said you've had sex before, John.
He's had girlfriends before.
no, I don't. I didn't know that's what that.
You don't know what a muff is?
You didn't know what that was for. Where he was
What's a
supposed
muff?
to stick it.
Thought you were talking about a car.
that's a colloquialism, right? It's not a
Sometimes a man's heel likes to visit a woman's cave.
Yeah.
Oh damn, the woman cave. The woman cave.
When you put your hard drive in their USB port. Yeah.
So she doesn't have to double click the mouse.
If you're USB 2 and they're USB 3.1.
You just confused the
Not
fuck out of me now.
it might work, but it's not too compatible.
Yeah.
Is that docking?
Oh damn. Me and Gene talk.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because sometimes the plugs get, but sometimes it's just that the things on either side just aren't compatible.
Sure.
Gotta get one of those connectors.
You gotta get a connector.
Yeah, you gotta get you gotta get a connector that goes from this kind to this kind. See?
Yeah, see, look at that dirty stuff Landon's showing on screen.
Yeah, don't pull it.
Filthy scientist.
John, you look mad. Are you angry with me, John?
I'm Gene.
Well,
How could
not
you
really.
tell?
Well, I guess I have like resting bitch face, but
Are you sad? Or what's
well,
the,
I mean, I do find that when I bring that up, people do kind of misunderstand or like mistake like what I'm actually trying to say.
The bigotry thing?
Yeah.
We got it, John.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, not everybody's gonna agree with it, but I mean, like, it's not a competition. It's just comparing discriminating against people depending on just their looks or what they were, how they were born or whatever. That definitely is comparable to racism. That's not an illogical comparison. At least I think not. You want to kiss, Gene?
I think
Well,
you're
it's not
stupid.
the comparison. It's more of like I'm trying to say that people don't.
I think you were
It's
making a
knowing-
comparison between racism
Yeah,
and,
like,
and the biggest.
Yeah, but I'm saying, yeah, there's a comparison, but it's also people knowing what to think and not knowing how to think. Cognitive
Jack.
dissonance, being
I'll teach
hypocritical.
you how to think, Gene.
I'll teach you how to think, Gene.
My tongue. Come here. Come tongue wrestle me, Gene.
He wants to Tom plus the smart box, man.
Come here, Gene.
You ever had your butthole leg, John?
Yeah, Gene, you ever had that?
No.
Oh, tonight's the night. I'm coming,
Night.
I'm coming
Night.
over.
Oh,
I
damn.
have never had it either, so.
What?
Well,
Tonight's the
I
night for
have.
you, Lance. Dude, I'm making a big trip tonight. Holy shit. Gotta go to California. Gotta go to wherever Gene lives.
Raisins in the butt licking. She really likes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. She can't come without
Yeah.
her butt being licked. She told me.
You heard about Raisins' new website? You like
Dirty, dirty booty.
What
Like
is your new website?
FistingKristen.com.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, wait, what was it? Kristen Fiston?
thought it
Is
was
that what you
out of
said?
it.
Fiston
FistingKristen.com.
Kristen. Oh my god, Gene, don't type it in too quick.
The leeches stole his desire. It's not going to be quick.
I'm asexual. I don't care about her asshole. I don't care.
Raise up.
They stole.
I don't care. It's unhygienic.
If you go to John's browser search, there's some weird shit going on.
Yeah, don't. There's some things you shouldn't search for, and be surprised what you get.
Yeah, picking these fucking
You
on
can search for it.
trampoline.
Just don't be surprised on what you get. Like, do not search for the word gleet.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
What turns
Don't do
you
it.
on,
Don't do it.
Gene? What is it?
Especially don't do the image search. No. Don't.
Yeah. John looks up shit like picking these fucking on a trampoline or some shit like that.
What's that?
He looks really satisfied about whatever he's looking up. I think
I'm
he just.
Gene.
I don't think he listened. I think he likes
Satisfied. John, you're a freak.
Oh,
Super
thank you.
freak. Super freak.
You got licorice stuck up in your asshole, John?
Oh, Gene.
No.
You ever had it?
I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to put liquor up your asshole because your
I
liver
didn't-
can't
He
process
said
it.
licorice. Did he
Just
say?
put
I
less
said-
up.
Oh, licorice. I thought he said liquor.
I said licorice.
Yeah, and licorice is 100% fine to stick up your asshole. I do it all the time. Okay, trust me.
Strawberry or the.
It is?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
How do you
good.
think I turned the red licorice black?
You could take that black licorice.
Take the black licorice. That was pretty good, Raisin.
No. But you know,
That's pretty good.
Sabisky, some people might turn black into red if they've got other problems.
Yeah.
It's got a bleeding asshole, he's saying.
That's why he likes the red, so you can't tell.
That's probably why the turn. That's probably why I'd be bleeding if you take the black licorice.
Oh damn.
That's some black licorice comes in big ropes. Let's just say that.
Oh damn.
Yes,
No,
folks,
yeah.
we're referring to black dick right now.
Penis.
Yes, that's what we're doing.
Penis.
I'll lose. Are you fucking serious?
I know licorice root as an herb has a lot of health benefits.
It's also got quite deadly
Yeah.
if you take too much of it. It'll kill you if you consistently take too much.
Yeah, don't be talking like that up in Harry Origin.
Oh God. But aren't
Kid, keep it up and I'll take you to task. I mean it. I'll have a speech prepared for you tomorrow. You don't want this. I'll either ban you in the
What?
chat.
Oh,
You have a choice. You can leave. I can ban you, or we can actually talk about how I feel about you, and that's coming tomorrow if you don't knock it off.
Knock
Yeah,
it
don't-
away.
do not-
Oif.
do not-
Hold on. She said off. Weird.
yeah, I do think Origin goes about this stuff in a very flawed way. And
I'm unhappy with what he did today.
Yeah. Well, we've discussed it with him numerous times about what's problematic with his behavior, and he doesn't really seem to listen.
He
He's
took
a
it to another
dipshit.
level, and it's probably best that we don't keep talking about it, or I will hurt his feelings.
He's a dipshit. I told y'all this
He's
for
more than
fucking
that.
months.
I apologize for not believing you. I
Well-
really thought that he could do better. I really thought that he could do better.
I've told you I've only been wrong about one
Look, and that's why I
person.
said I'll take him to task, because I'm the one that stuck my neck out and gave him a second chance, and then he got a third chance. No.
All right. So
Whenever
as
Thanks,
we're saying,
My
you
dad.
know, licorice comes in all kinds of shapes and flavors. Just be, you know, a little bit, you know.
Why don't they have Starburst licorice?
They do.
Do they?
do?
Yes, they do.
I want some.
I don't have no fucking idea if they do or not. I'm
Why are
saying
you
why.
teasing me?
They may have, though. I think I have heard of this.
You have
Actually.
Starburst jelly beans?
Yeah, but aren't like pretty much like the overall like pretty much all herbs, if you take too much, they can be toxic.
They do have Starburst licorice, by the way. Twizzlers, Starburst Twizzlers.
Ooh. I'm gonna order. Can you get them on Amazon? Do you think they'll be stale?
I would imagine. Yeah, you can give them Walmart.com.
Well, all right, I got a Walmart. We get candy section. I've never seen them in the candy section.
Pay attention, raisin.
They got
Kids.
them attention, you old ass woman.
There must be something keeping me distracted.
I don't think I've
You
seen
know,
it either.
you know what's keeping me distracted is my birthday not making the money right now, and my birthday not getting one fucking gift.
Yeah, we've been streaming for almost an hour and a half, guys, and we're $0 in on this goal.
No, technically we didn't make $25.
Yeah, thank to John Lewis Vega. He's a cutie
Yeah.
boy. I make
John
out.
Vega gave 25.
Yeah, he's my baby.
Aw, thank you kindly.
Yeah, Raisin Girl said she would show her licorice.
Yeah, her red leaf.
It used to be you come up and see someone's, you know, sketches, but now you're saying you come and see your licorice. I don't know.
Yeah, she'll show you her licorice collection. She got a mighty fine licorice collection.
That's hot.
Yeah, and Landon will show you his butt plugs.
Oh, Papa.
They're big and warm, and
I
they
will.
have lava in them.
Yeah, butthole and butt plugs.
I
We
will.
can hit the goal. No, not on the stream, I guess, though. That would be.
He's got a butt plug that looks exactly like Einstein.
That's hot.
You need to put it on Pornhub.
I do.
I do. Yes, you do.
No, but talking about like streaming on multiple platforms,
We
putting
were
things
talking
out.
about that.
Well, you were talking about it earlier, and you're talking about like showing sexual stuff that would get the video taken down on YouTube. So I'm saying you mentioned like creating TikTok because you're trying to get everything out there, like
Yeah.
maybe like Pornhub because you're trying to like utilize every platform available.
You saying you want us to smack your pussy, Gene? Is that what you're saying?
No,
to
but I
us?
wonder, like, if people upload videos to Pornhub, like, what if you upload something that isn't porn?
What if you
What if?
shut up for 5 minutes? I'm sorry,
What
Gene.
if?
I'm sorry.
Is that against the terms of
Yeah.
terms of engagement? Do you like get banned for not being pornographic enough?
Well, I wonder how strict they are, but I mean, like, couldn't you just upload like a Let's Play or just like any random stream? And
They do. They play with their pussies all the time,
Yeah.
Mario John.
Well,
You just
I'm
gotta
saying,
show
like,
your
what
dick a couple of times, and it's a porno. I do that all
I-
the time during my stream.
What if you use it to post content that isn't like pornographic? Like, what would they?
Is this the
He might
John
be a
question
sad panda.
stream? That's all he's
Yeah,
done this
every
whole stream
Thursday.
is ask
Every
questions.
Thursday.
It's just been the John question stream.
So what do you do with these answers, John?
Shove them up your ass, Gene.
Just
Sorry.
curiosity, and maybe I would.
I'm
upload
just curious
stuff.
because could you I mean, do you take and think about these things? Do you test them? I mean, because
Yeah.
we may be saying crazy things, right? Do you push back? What do you do with the? Because it's you ask interesting questions. The question is, then for what? What do you do with the answers?
There are times where I do like I guess like ruminate over certain topics, and in my free time, sometimes I will just spend hours like investigating or researching something that I'm curious about, and I just kind of want to find out as much as I can about it. Just I have that like genuine curiosity, and sometimes I do like to apply the knowledge to what I'm to like a lot of my hobbies and stuff. And I'm in my 20s still, so I mean I'm to the point where I have a very stable career, so I have all this time ahead of me, and there's a bunch of different there's a bunch of different projects that I'm working on. Like I'm starting a YouTube channel, and I have all this time. I don't know what I really want to do moving forward.
Just sucking my dick.
Also, you do ask lots of interesting questions. I'm just kind of curious, and I haven't really heard an answer of what do you do with these answers?
Well, I mean, like the Pornhub thing, like I would probably, if you could upload stuff to Pornhub without being sexual, I probably would try to utilize that, or I guess exploit it. And then maybe other
If you
people.
took this show and uploaded to Pornhub, what do you think would happen? Anyone, do you actually
I don't know.
make a
That's
test
why
of that and try it?
Are you suggesting we should do after shows at Pornhub?
It just popped
Sure.
up into my head, so I mean, I guess I'd have to.
That's an excellent idea, John Morgan.
I suspect the terms of service don't say if we don't find it tickling enough, you get banned. I think it's, I think the terms of service tries to deal with things that are a little bit too extreme, perhaps, or copyrighted stuff, or that kind of thing. I'm guessing. Because the question is, how would you test if it was not very one person's porn and another person's normality?
Yeah, I
think
guess
a lot
they
of
don't.
people are going to Pornhub to look at somebody talk about philosophy, John.
Hey,
I
maybe
mean-
some people get off to that. You don't
Yeah,
know.
but
Some
I
people
think
don't.
I think they're going for fucking videos. Is what I think, John.
Well,
I
maybe
think-
maybe the majority, but maybe there's that niche.
I don't think so, John.
And I mean, it doesn't take that much energy to like just upload things there. So I mean, if you could get like 2 extra viewers, I mean.
Yeah, John, I don't think so. I think it's a dumb idea.
We talked about that before, but who knows? I mean, like,
I mean, if you get on there and do crazy shit, maybe, like my old private shows would have been perfect for Pornhub, probably, but,
But I mean,
don't-
it's like using TikTok. Like, even though they're just like, what is it, like 1-minute clips? It's like the more.
You can do 3 minutes now, John.
Yeah, 3 minutes. But the more eyes you have on your content, like even if it's just a very small percentage, it's more people that are like, hey, I'm gonna check out this person's YouTube channel.
Yeah, but I understand what you're saying. I get that. I do get that, and I know what you're saying. But what I'm simply saying is, I don't think Pornhub is that avenue for that.
Yeah, it might. I guess it might not be. But you were mentioning, like, you were joking about, showing or revealing yourself sexually and stuff like that, and it's like I'm.
It was a
Like
joke.
you could do that on Pornhub. So I'm saying.
Yeah, but I'm not really going to show my dick, John. I was joking.
I'm the only one that can see that.
Well, you and Landon.
Me and Landon, we share pictures.
We do?
Yeah, you
Yes,
do.
we
You know you do.
You shut up, Landon.
Wow.
You know.
There's a whole community of ball sharing, PIMPMUNK ball sharing. John, you should be the president of that thing.
I thought there was a Reddit thing for that.
There is. John,
Moron.
I'm really interested.
you're not interested.
Oh.
You're interested in the Minecraft stream I'm doing later, Gene?
No. Gene's interested in me.
Ooh, oh, Gene. The truth is finally coming out.
Me and Gene have a connection.
Oh, this is hot. This is hot.
I didn't know Pimp was a brain leech.
Yeah, I'm a brain leech.
That's why he's not interested in anybody else, because he's only got eyes for Pimp.
Yeah.
Is this true, Gene?
No, I don't think it's.
Sure, Shane is Gene.
I think you're a lying motherfucker right
Sure,
now.
Shane is
John.
Gene.
Well, if we were doing the stream on Pornhub, I would be able to.
Yes.
There's Popeye Gate. Popeye Gate is one.
PB Gate is awesome. That was the best comment.
This band.
I wholeheartedly agree, PB Gate.
It's Popeye Gate.
Popeye Gate. I'm sorry, I forget.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Someone
You'll
in the chat.
discuss like the math of like I guess the person's like dick circumference and everything, and
No, you said, didn't you? Look
No,
at my
just
pink
physics,
towel.
sometimes physics itself. Just yes.
Look at my pink towel, John.
It used to be
It-
white.
This is a lovely cow. A lovely
Towel.
towel, John.
oh, you had a flub.
Okay.
We
You
gotta
had a
point to the
flub.
flub and make a good deal.
What?
John, I flub all the fucking time. They're used to it.
Sorry, we're not perfect like
So
you,
do-
Gene.
No, I flub all the time as well.
Prick.
People always like to be like, "Oh, you said the wrong thing," and it's like I find that I don't usually correct people for having flubs.
Well, then do it, John.
Yeah.
You just did it with me.
Yeah. You
Oh,
called him
because
out
you
for
guys
having
were
a flip.
doing. You guys have done it to me multiple times.
Why are you picking on me, John? Why are you
Fair
bullying
enough.
me?
Fair enough.
It's
Fair enough.
not fair enough, Brandon. You
Sorry.
shut up, you old son of a bitch.
I'm
Very much
highlighting
Canada.
it to show that everyone does it, so there's really no need to point out when people do it because it's something that we all do.
You
You have
talk
to
a
say
lot.
trademark Canada when you say sorry, because sorry.
Oh,
Trademark Canada,
sorry.
because Canada's
Sorry.
trademark.
Sorry.
Canada.
They
Sorry.
should put it in their
Okay.
national anthem.
You should put it in my butthole, John.
I do like Canada's national anthem more than America's.
That's-
Same with
Why?
Britain. What? I just think it sounds better. It's more. It's more
Because, you
pleasant
know,
melody.
You're a
A-
fucking
a-
traitor.
Who knows? A drinking song, pub drinking song is not, to me, the national anthem material, but what can I say? What can I say?
All patriotic songs are pretty fucking stupid, to be honest with you.
They're
I mean,
all
like-
amazing.
There's a lot of songs where you might not agree with the philosophy or the ideology of the lyrics, but you might just still enjoy the melody and the vocals and so forth. It might sound pleasant, so it's orchestrated well. You just don't agree with the
You don't-
principles or what the lyrics are preaching.
You don't sound pleasant, John.
MG.
John, why don't you love me no more?
Do you not love our anus?
I like you.
You don't love me, John.
You don't love
I
him,
tipped
Gene.
$50 yesterday.
I don't remember that.
Well, that's kind of
I think that's a goddamn lie, though. He didn't do
You're a
it.
liar, Gene. Yesterday doesn't
recall
even
tradition?
exist anymore.
It wasn't yesterday, John. It was
Or was
fucking
it the day
Tuesday.
before?
It was Tuesday. See, you fucking lied, John. You're a goddamn liar, John.
Oh,
I think I misremembered.
I wish I could dismember you,
That would be hot.
John. In Minecraft.
Yeah.
You wanna play Minecraft with Shabisky, PIMPMUNK?
John, what do you think the answer to that question is?
Yes.
Well, it's a facetious question.
Yes is the answer to the question. Yes.
John, if I put an Xbox on my playlist, will you buy it for me? On my wish list, I mean.
Would you actually play games with people?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I stopped playing games for quite a few years until I started hanging with Shabisky, and I started playing games again.
Basically, gotta tell me what kind to get, though, because I have no fucking idea.
Yeah, I think you could really get into a lot of games.
I had a PlayStation bought for me some years ago, but that some bitch got lost in the move.
That's
I hate that.
That's some bitch.
No, what, Shabisky, what kind of Xbox or what do you want me to put on my list to play with you, Shabisky?
I think. Oh, sorry.
Either PS4 or Xbox One, either one will work because I have both. I mean,
Which
I don't
one?
know. I don't know if you want to go for the newest console. There's PS5.
Yes, I do.
Well, he wants to play with you. What would work with your stuff?
Yeah, I was want to say, what would be best for me to get to play with you? What would you prefer me to get?
I think if you get PS5, you can still play with PS4. So if you got a PS5, that would be awesome. You'd have a better console than me.
But they're way more expensive, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you could get a PS4. A PS4 will still work, but it is the older console, but it is gonna be like $100 or something. Not too crazy.
I'll get you a console for Christmas, but you actually have to play with me and Shab on some of the streams.
He's getting. I think he wants to do streams on this channel, maybe, of us doing gaming.
Yeah.
I'll do both, yeah. I'll do it on Shabisky stream, too.
Well, I don't care what channel we stream on, just like
I'm
playing
trying
together.
to find one that comes with some games.
Now, like, how powerful is your computer?
Not game worthy, no.
The thing with the new consoles that's cool is not buying really CDs and just downloading the game, buying it like that.
Yeah.
That's what I do with most.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. This shit seems pretty expensive. Damn, that's high.
John Lewis Vega, he'd
I
have
have, I have no idea what do they cost.
Well, this one says $648. Is that right? Is that normal?
Is that a PS5?
The new consoles?
It says newest Sony PlayStation 4 1 terabyte HDD only on PlayStation PS4 console slim bundle includes 3 games: The Last of Us, God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn.
It's actually not a bad selection.
That sounds like a horrible pricing though. I don't know. It sounds like it's just some horrible ripoff. It should be like $300 or something, not $600.
Yeah, and if you don't have
Here's one. Here's the PlayStation 4 Slim video game console, 500 gigabytes. So it's less.
Mine's
it's $489.
It's $49.
$489. $489.
Wait,
$300 at Walmart for the PlayStation.
Wait, a PS4 still costs that much?
It does on
Walmart has them
Amazon.
for $3.99.
I would try to get it used, but
Yeah, but this is going on the wish list, y'all. On Amazon. I don't have a fucking Walmart wish list.
Dude, this
you
is
can get used systems on Amazon.
Dude, this is weird. It's like the price went up on it. When I got a PS4 Pro, which is better than these ones you're seeing here when you first search it up, and mine was like $300. Why is this $600?
Yeah, I got mine at
I don't get what's going on.
Yeah, I got mine at launch for like $400. But
Well, no, that one had 3 games that came with and controllers
games.
and all that.
Yeah, 3 games, that's like $80 or something, you know. It's not that much money worth of games, 50 to $80 or something. I don't know, what depend on the games.
The cheapest one I found so far is $487.
Yeah, I see this $483, And it's and it's like that. Yeah, that's weird because I didn't pay that much when I got it, and that was years ago. This is weird. I don't know why that's. Maybe Xbox One is what you should go for, if you put it on your wish list.
Now, a lot of the
They're
games
expensive.
that I play on my computer are like Xbox 360, PS3 games. So if you have like one of the slim Xbox 360 models, are you able to play online if somebody has like the same games on like the Xbox One?
This ain't much cheaper.
No.
$459, $480. The Xbox
Yeah,
One's
I was
$489.
looking it up too. I'm surprised. It's like they went
Yeah,
up
this is
in price.
crazy.
I think it's because
But
of
only
this.
on Amazon. It's only on Amazon.
You're saying it's
Not like that in other websites. Like Walmart has them for $300 still. But Amazon's charging
maybe
an arm and
there's-
leg for them.
Maybe there's something wrong with it.
Yeah.
Every like if I just Google PS4, everything comes up in the $300 range. But when I look for it on Amazon, it's giving me a bunch
why'd
of like
you do
$6.
this? Why'd you do this to us, Gene?
Yeah, Gene.
Gene, why'd you do this to
I
us?
think you're
Jane.
blaming the wrong person.
Jane.
I don't think I'm the one behind
Why you
it.
do this,
Yeah, I believe
Gene?
it's Gene.
Well, we need to make that go. Cause we made $25 on PayPal, so we need $75 to finish the go. So help me do that for my birthday coming up in 20-something days.
That would be a nice thing to do. That's a decent.
It would. And also, if you want to buy a gift, there's a wish list below. I don't guess I'm going to be adding one of these consoles because it seems too expensive.
We'll figure it out, but it's weird. I think maybe because of the pandemic, they're worth more now than they
Yeah.
were when I first got
Only
them.
on
which is-
Amazon.
Usually, it goes down on Amazon in November because they do like early Black Friday deals and all that shit.
But I don't know
Yeah, but
why.
there's like all kinds of supply chain issues this year.
Now, what about Steam? Isn't there like don't they have some kind of like hardware or platform where you can play the games?
They have
You
a
can buy
console.
some games?
That's what Steam is. You just
No,
play it
no,
on
no, no,
Steam.
no. No, he's talking about they came out with a console. I forget what it was
Yeah.
called.
Oh yeah, the Steam Deck, the
did?
handheld Steam Deck.
Oh, Steam Deck.
Well,
there
it's
you
gonna
go.
it's gonna be this year anyway. It's supposed to come
Oh.
out for Christmas. Yeah.
Oh, it's not out yet. Oh,
No, it's not out yet.
I
It's a
thought it
Christmas
was-
release.
yeah, I thought it was already out a long
I
time
think
ago.
it's gonna be a Christmas release. Did they
But
tell
if
us?
I do this, we got to start a game that Shabisky's never played.
But you don't need a Steam
That'll be
Deck to
hard
play
to
Steam.
find.
Well, we're gonna do that
No.
because, my God,
Why is
What
that?
is that?
Because you don't
I
want to
don't
be the only
know.
one that's lost. You want to be
Yeah.
lost with me.
yeah.
There's like co-op games. There's games like Left 4 Dead and so forth where it's not competitive. It's just you play with each other.
You
through,
know,
like,
I'm a complete moron when it comes to these fucking games, right?
No,
I'll
I
try.
don't
I'm
think
an
so.
idiot. I'm an idiot.
Oh. Well, no, it doesn't really take that long to get used to it. But I'd say if you play co-op, like with Shab and stuff, I think you could really get into it very quickly. And when you're playing co-op and it's not competitive, it's easy for the person to like tell you what to do and guide you along.
Oh yeah, a lot of people would really like to see. I'm sure me and Pimp do like different game streams.
You think that Trip lost his
I
mind?
think,
You
I
don't
think, I
see
think it would
me.
be fun
What about
because
Trip?
Yeah.
you know, PIMPMUNK could add the humor and you could add the game skill.
I can add
Yeah.
the poop and the pee. You're saying
From
I'm not
what I-
funny, Landon?
No,
You're saying I'm not
that's what
fucking
it said.
funny, Landon? Fuck you,
That's
Landon!
what it said. I love that comment, Landon. I fucking love that comment. That was awesome. Trubisky, you hear what he said, right? I could add the humor, you unfunny
Fuck you! Okay? Had enough of this
No,
shit.
I-
I did
I
a
didn't-
funny
I didn't-
once. Fuck you! Landon, you're hurting my feelings!
I didn't, because I didn't say, because he distorted that, right? I didn't say you didn't have humor. He could add humor.
I'll add
and
the
you could
humor
add-
too, a little bit.
And you could add game skill, right? Because that's your
Well,
No,
isn't that
I'm not really
debatable,
very
too?
good at games.
From
just
what I
play.
hear, that's kind of debatable too. That he's not very good.
Yeah,
he
I'm
knows
pretty.
how to bring good people around. He brings Danielle and Lord Rainman
Uh,
and what?
What? Shut
What?
up, okay? If you played Fortnite, you fucking suck, woman. Okay?
But
Just like you
plus,
suck at reading those fake books behind you.
Yes,
Pimp Monk, try new things. It's good for like mental longevity as you get older, like learning a new language or doing something you haven't done before. Like if you are in your like 70s and have never played video games, I mean that would probably be.
I'm 44. I'll be
I
44.
know.
What the fuck you talking about 70?
I don't think you're 70, but I'm just saying
yeah,
like if somebody like didn't grow up with that kind of medium at all and they explore new things and learn new things, it's a good way to help with like just mental longevity, neural plasticity, and it's also
What's up, Monty? I see you in the chat, by the way.
Hello, Auntie.
Sorry, I was looking up Steam Deck and seeing if they had a release date.
You're looking up Sting's dick.
Steam Deck. Yep.
Oh, what was that fucking stupid ass East Coast accent? I can't understand what the fuck you're saying.
Oh, mine. Hee haw, Patty Paul over here.
no, but
Damn.
plus Pimp Monk, trying new things that actually people interprets time as moving a lot slower when people like have more novel experiences. So if you don't vacation at this, like
John,
novelty.
I'm just gonna play games with Tabby, John.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying like when it comes to like perception of time, when people explore new things and have novel experiences, the science shows that people perceive time as actually moving slower.
Okay, John, I love you.
Yeah, it's a good way to live life, and
I think you're trying to like go too deep with this, though.
I'm just trying to add to the discussion.
I mean, it's fucking, it's me and dumbass playing video games.
That's not
But
very nice.
as he's saying, I think what he's saying is that playing games can be good for you mentally.
Yeah. So can getting pussy.
Except, of course, you can also get disease, whereas playing games, you're less likely to get disease.
Well, that's true.
Aren't there studies that show that people who, like men that ejaculate less often, are more prone to prostate cancer?
I've heard of that. I'm not an expert and medical expert, so I couldn't. The only thing you could do is do a literature research on it, and come back and say, here's a study, blah 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 blah.
Well, those are the kind of things I don't want to look into in depth.
He likes to think about it too much. That's what he don't want to look at it because he gets excited. He gets really excited.
Really?
No, but I'm thinking like the glare on my glasses kind of makes me look kind of perturbed or angry.
Yes, it's totally the glare on your glasses that does it, John.
I don't know. I wouldn't say so, but that's my opinion.
I think I have to tell the truth and agree with Landon. Your glasses look fine. There's nothing wrong with your glasses.
No. I don't have a problem with the glasses. I'm thinking the way the lighting is currently.
Well, we can see the gay porn reflection through the.
Shh, come on, man! I was trying to see the end of it.
Yeah, I was quite enjoying the dick on dick action.
Do you think I have a resting bitch face raisin?
Right now, you're smiling. You look adorable. Put your glasses on so you can see too, and it'll be great.
Sexy.
There you go.
Yeah, I get that. That works.
Yeah.
I'd eat your pussy, John.
We approve.
Yeah.
Reading is for cool kids. You can actually see with them on.
Anyway, we got 9 minutes. We ain't gonna make this go. It's sad. It's so sad. So if you can tip, please tip. I appreciate it very much. We need $75 to make the go. So we made 25 on PayPal. So it doesn't show it on the bar, but yeah, we did. So help brother out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you
Are
said.
there
Go ahead.
are there ways to like adjust it where like you can add 25, like if people don't donate, like you go in and change the setting on the goal? Or maybe
You can. No, you can. I could
Yeah.
go in and change if I wanted to, but there ain't no point in it now at this point because
Yeah.
it's almost over and ain't nobody gonna tip. I made 25. Unfortunately, I really needed to. Let's see. Admit you love me, John Morgan, said August. Admit it, John.
No, I can't experience love.
What do you mean you can't
It's
experience
not
love?
an emotion that I have.
That's bullshit, John. You love somebody. You gotta love somebody, John. Was there?
He loves himself.
He loves
know,
me. Without me,
Well,
He does it
I
better than you would.
don't.
I think you do love Trubisky, John. I do.
Of course he loves Shabisky.
He's a likable guy. And
No, he's not. He's not, man. They quit lying. He's not a likable. Trubisky's a cunt.
He's the greatest.
I'm the greatest.
You're a ridiculous human being, Trubisky.
Yeah, Gene.
No,
Boy.
John's about to have me finish my goal, so he's not a ridiculous human being. He's a great human being.
He's a dick sucking
But
human
he's not
being.
the greatest.
Okay. Boom. All right. Heineken time.
You're gonna have alcohol problem.
I'm trying to be like dirt.
Dirt needs help.
I want to be like dirt when I grow up.
I thought you said Dirt needs 12 steps. Does he need 12 steps or
He
help?
does. He needs help with 12 steps.
He needs 420 steps, is what he needs.
That motherfucker needs a lot of steps.
Anyway, John, I appreciated your questions,
I don't.
Thank you.
but as I say, I'm just curious about your responses.
You're dumb.
Landon, why don't you have Landon on Sundays? What's the matter with you?
It doesn't like
Right.
Landon.
It's because Landon's
I have.
black.
I've had
What?
him on more than
I am.
most guests.
Oh, more.
Have him on more.
didn't-
He's- he's-
Do you not love
I've
Landon?
I've been on his show.
Have him on more. I guess.
I've been on his show.
I see all these other people on all the time, but I remember seeing Landon on there once.
No, he's been on 3 times.
Then you need to advertise better because I missed 2.
Oh,
No, but like, I don't know. I didn't think Landon was that available. If he's willing to come on more often, I'd like.
he's
to have
available.
Have him on.
He's
he
single.
can
He's
invite
available.
me.
He's
what
he's
happened is,
looking
you know,
to mingle.
and you know, with PIMPMUNK, he asked, we figured out a schedule and we showed up. That's how it
Yeah.
works.
I'm kind of tentative when I ask people. I don't want to be too like.
You can't be that way, John. You gotta be a.
How are you going to get people on your show if you don't ask them? Closed mouths
Yeah,
don't get fed.
You have to ask.
So you think it's okay to just send people DMs like, "Hey, when's the?"
Yeah, but you gotta know how to
Yeah,
do
when
it
are you
properly.
available? Would you like to come
Yeah.
on? Absolutely.
You can't just be aggressive. You have to do it in a nice way. You know, and you figure out the best way. Now, it can be weird sometimes though, because people can be dicks about it. But you know, something you have to get used to if you're gonna do it. So yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
Because if I send somebody like a message asking them to come on, like in a DM, I don't know. Like, am I being awkward? Am I?
Well, ask them if they would like to be on, and then
Yeah.
ask them when they're available.
Yeah, you just say, would you like to be on the show? You know. Yeah, like she
If they ask,
said.
like,
It's
hey, is
okay
this
if they
like a
say
topic?
no. Doesn't mean you can, you know, that you know, because if they say no, I can't, then you try later.
Yeah.
Jane, idiot.
Well, it's usually like if somebody says they can, usually I'm very hesitant to like ask again.
You cuss him out. You'll get it
I
done.
guess I'm kind of shy when it comes to
Yeah.
this.
I understand, John. I understand.
But Landon, would you like to come on again?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's figure out a time. And what would you like to do? See now, there's also an understanding when you ask someone like, for what, what's the expectation? What is it the show about or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
So
true.
so it's like you say, you come on to discuss blah blah blah, or just talk in general, or what. So sure, if you want to, want me on the show, let me know when we can figure out a schedule
Well, I'm
time.
thinking maybe we could discuss, I
My
guess,
dick.
the history of, I guess, science and modern academics. Like we can
Right.
discuss Petrarch and humanism, and I
I'm glad
guess
you
when
The patriarch.
Maybe, a more general thing about, history of science might be interesting if that's what you want
yeah.
to.
I'm glad you decided to do it on my show, though, John. I
I'm
appreciate
Gene.
that.
I'm
Now
Gene.
you're booking your guests on my show, John. All you do is think about you, John.
That was kind of my fault, to be
You're a
fair.
selfish piece of
I
shit,
did
It is
Jane.
true.
See, I don't
And
want
I
to.
I aided and abetted, so you can blame me too.
No, I'm blaming John.
What is that, Jack?
Oh,
What?
look at
Oh,
that.
he says
The
you're a
kitty.
selfish piece of shit, Gene. Okay?
That's what the cat says. It's true.
Even the cat says,
Why
if
do
the
you
cat
do
says it,
that?
you
That's
know
mean,
it's true.
Jack.
Sometimes the
That's
cat
very
gets
mean,
fuzzy
Jack.
when the cat's in the background. Sometimes it's.
He speaks the truth. Yeah.
No,
He's
but
a fuzzy kitty.
I do think that I've had Landon on more than any other guest. I've had him on 3 times, and
Yeah.
or PIMPMUNK I had on 3
You have
times.
dirt on all
You
the
ain't had
time.
me on 3 times.
Oh, then I guess Landon is the most recurring guest.
I've been on. I think
There you
I
go.
was on. I thought I was only on there once.
No, I had one stream before I did like the pedantic pedestrian, and then
Okay.
and then you came on. Yeah, I think once on the pedantic pedestrian.
It's funny when kitty's in front of the black area, then the kitty gets fuzzy. You're. See like
Fuzzy
that?
kitty. I'm gonna kiss the fuzzy kitty. Come on. He
And-
doesn't want to
and
kiss me.
My
Oh.
cat kisses me. Did you see it the other day? She kisses me over and over
Fuck
again.
your
She
cat.
loves-
Okay.
She loves my kisses.
Fuck
She
your
puts her head
cat.
up for
I'll take your
kisses.
cat to the vet. Have it put
Damn.
down. Fuck you. Okay.
You better not. I'll have you put down.
Yeah. Me and
Yeah,
Kitty will laugh too. Okay, we don't care.
I won't. I mean that shit.
It is that time.
Time to
It is that
masturbate.
magic moment.
It's time to end the show. We didn't make the go. John hates me.
Fucking Gene. Gene's racist.
Am I?
He is not.
Yeah, against black cats.
Oh, is that
Yes.
racism?
Yeah, it's
He,
black
he
cat.
didn't, he
I
didn't
like
tell
black
me.
cats.
He didn't tell me, so he don't like white people.
So, yeah, the probably the better way to do this is to message me, through one of the mechanisms, and we
Yes.
can, figure out a schedule, and you also can think about pick a topic. You don't have to do it off your head, and just so I can kind of know. You bring someone on, you say, hey, it's a general variety show, just talk about weird stuff, or that's sort of helps someone say, come on the show, which is, we want to do something about blah, or come on the show, just talk about something, or stuff in general. That's give me a message, and I guess you connect to me via what, Discord or Twitter,
Yeah.
or how do you?
Or
I
MySpace.
guess Discord and Twitter are the platforms I like to use. Mostly
Yeah.
Discord.
That's good.
So we'll pick it. Can pick a time, and that's how you. I think you invited me before, is through that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Next week I'm pretty booked, but the week after that has openings.
Well, there we go. So, anyways, guys, thank you, Landon, for showing up. Make sure you check out
Yeah.
John Morgan's Pedantic Pedestrian Pussified podcast.
Yeah.
This this Sunday we're finally going to do the 7-year war episode.
Yay!
Oh.
All the Cajuns made it to Louisiana.
Man, make sure you check out Shabisky after this stream. He's gonna be streaming. We appreciate you guys very much. We'll see you tomorrow.